Rosario. And to continue with our big hellos and a happy weekend, everybody, as we bring you more of the exciting games. PGFlex Linoleum Invitational Tournament presented by UCBL. This time around, Olivares College Sea Lions going up against the University of the East Red Warriors. Olivares will be playing their second game. Ang UE naman will be playing their first game. Dito nga po sa ating invitational tournament, and coming to you live from the SGS Stadium in Quezon City, Benji Santiago and Coach Melon Navarro. Nakaraos na tayo ng isa, ito ang pangalawa. Na-excite tayo sa unang game natin, Coach Melo. How about this game naman?
Well, it's going to be more exciting because the UE Red Warriors nga, they wanna bring back the glory days. So itong si Coach Jack Santiago will really push his boys to be their best version at makita dito sa ating ball game kung ano na yung mga naging improvement pa nila from their off-season. Ito namang Olivares College, they're coming off an impressive win in their first game. And meron din silang gustong patunayan dito because sabi nga natin, they are the perennial finals appearance sa UCBL. So gusto nila rin patunayan kung ano ba, kung anong klaseng basketball ba ang kayang ipakita ng mga UCBL members.
There's nowhere to go but up. And of course, to finally claim and bag a championship. Well, we'll turn you over right now sa ating venue announcer kay Darwin for the introduction of the starters.
We're back in action here at this TVS Stadium for today's triple header. Second game is the Olivares Sea Lions versus UE Red Warriors. This is the UCBL PGFlex Linoleum Invitational Tournament. Let's meet the starters. The Olivares Sea Lions. Point guard number 0, Michael Ball. Starting at shooting guard number 33, Lance De Leon. Small forward number 8, Iverson Akyata. Forward forward number 13, Leon Barbero. And center number 10, Vincent Rosero. Olivares Sea Lion head coach is Mike Sagigi. And now the starting units for the UE Red Warriors. Point guard number 16, Noel Lemugat. Shooting guard number 15, Raisel Gilguero. Small forward number 77, Jack Lewis. Forward forward number 25, Allen Magluvay. And center number 0, Delvian Jackson. Head coach of the UE Red Warriors is Jackson.
Our starters for this ball game. Of course, si Noire Mogat, player number 16 para sa University of the East Red Warriors, is expected to really shine in this ball game. Over at the other end, of course, si Lance De Leon, ang ating best player, dun sa kanilang panalo in their first game just a few days ago. We'll see what he can do. But Joseph Homo is also a revelation para sa Olivares College Sea Lions. And of course, Delvian Jackson will be jumping against Vince Rosero. And let's see, it's UE who gets the first possession. We're talking about Noire Mogat, the no-look pass, cross court, and a miss on a baseline jumper. They will have another chance. Jack Dumont Cruz, still nothing for UE. 2 tries. At ito na ang Olivares, Coach Melo.
We talked about the scoring of Remoga pero that pass that he gave up to the corner, it was a no-look pass, showing us the vision. Dito naman sa Olivares, tama nga, si Homo is a revelation for them. He has turned out to be the stabilizer of this team, leading dun sa kanilang point guard spot.
In the meantime, unproductive offense then para sa panig ng Olivares, and UE will try again. They had 2 attempts in their possession earlier.
Itong 2 teams na to, talagang masasabi mong hindi magkakilala to. They're not familiar playing with each other, so magkakapaan to in the first few minutes of this game.
Noire Mogat left alone, offline with that 3-pointer. And here comes Olivares once again. Iverson Akyata na nagtawid.
Doon pa lang sa sequence na you would know na yung sa scouting reports nga, kung kilala mo si Noire Mogat, hindi mo iiwan yan libre dyan sa 3-pointer.
Pero ito naman, nagpapakilala ng hosto, si Joseph Homo, who gets the first basket in this ball game for Olivares.
So this is going to be an interesting match between our point guards, tong si Noire Mogat and Joseph Homo.
In the meantime, Jack Dumont Cruz. Also, a lot of items in the news para rito kay Jack Dumont Cruz. Delvian Jackson on the draw! What about that?
We are
Who
not
could stop him, really?
we are not expecting that kind of action just early in this ball game, but Jackson now makikita natin. Shot fake, one dribble, skying high for that slam. Talking about Jackson. So maybe he's really adjusted now to the type of ball game dito sa ating collegiate basketball.
Ang huling mga balita natin, nag-a-adjust pa to sa physicality and of course the chemistry with his teammates.
And now the story is different. It's about the local players needs to adjust to the type of player that he is.
They need to know what he can do. And we just show a sample. We've just been shown a sample of what he really can. Itong si Delvian Jackson. Oh, wow. Prior to the inbound, an offensive foul is called on UE. Si Noy Remogat ang tinawagan.
Oh, ayan. Yan ang tatawag na nagpapakilala. Dahil nasutan siya kanina doon ni Homo.
In the meantime, ito ang Olivares. Lance De Leon knocks down the jumper. It's now 4-2 in favor of Olivares.
Itong si Lance De Leon, really not the, alam mo yun, not the textbook type of shot. But he's able to develop that shot over the years. And ngayon, napaka-consistent na. Ang hirap i-block.
Sinabi mo pa. Kakaiba. Jack the Bond Cruz lets it fly. Joseph Homo the rebound, bringing it down. Olivares puts on the brakes. Liam Barbero. And now Lance De Leon. Barbero firing away. Overshoots. Delvin Jackson ends up in the basketball. Delvin once again on the drop pass. Thought he was going for another layup or most probably another dunk. Pero itong Olivares with Iverson Akyatan. The finger roll is in.
Iverson Akyatan showing us how to finish the break on the other end. I thought Jackson had already had a layup against Homo, but he opted to give the extra pass.
6-2 in favor of the Sea Lions. Iverson Akyatan na natawagan with that contact. Here's Noy Remogat. Offensive foul on UE. Well, they truly don't need those kind of action for them. Well, it's going against them. Ito si Maglupay ang tinawagan ng foul.
And that is already the second offensive foul caused here by Homo. So, makikita mo rin talaga veterano na rin itong si Homo.
Was not able to play dun sa UCBL previously dahil kailangan yata ng residency, no? Ito na. Nagising na si Noy Remogat for his first basket. Pero Olivares, oh, how about that? Ball kicked out. And 19 seconds sa shot clock rito ng Olivares.
That was great defense by Jackson. Hindi siya nag-commit dun at kaya nahirapan din dumiskarte itong si Homo.
Homo setting up the play
Great
inside.
play.
Vince Rosero also made some headway plays in their first win previously sa opening day ng ating PGFlex Linoleum Invitational Tournament presented by UCBL.
That was a good read by Olivares. Nag-help sa shooter dun and Homo recognizing the open teammate.
Jackson missing the three. Homo throws a long pass. Rosero drives the baseline. The floater is off. And here comes the Red Warriors. Setting up their half-court offense. We got a 4-point lead for Olivares. Jackson, oops, wait a minute. Inadvertent buzzer. Hindi umaandar yung time.
All right.
Okay. When time stands still. Ganun pa. Parang ano yan may inaasahan ka, tas dumating. And all of a sudden, the feeling is like, time stands still because you're so happy. Finally, may pondo.
Everything will be worth the wait, sabi nga natin.
Noy Remogat from the corner gets the friendly bounce, and it's a three-pointer. He's got 5 points in the ball game.
And giving Homo a stare down. So itong ating mga point guards dito, it's gonna be a long day for them. Itong battle of the guards between Homo and Remogat.
Homo with a bounce pass.
Great fake by
Vince
Rosero.
Rosero has got 4 in the ball game, 10 in their win previously. At nakita na nga natin yung progress, yung development din. Ito si Vince Rosero. Eh, no? Wow, Noy Remogat from deep.
That was a heat check by Remogat.
Homo on the move. No ball to put up an attempt with. Pero ball will stay with Olivares. 10-7 lead here. Maglupay will be replaced here para sa UE. Lance De Leon. Leon Barbero. Vince Rosero, the mid-range. Oh, he knocks it down. He's got 6 here in the first period.
That is good defense by UE, but better offense on the part of Olivares. That was a nice jump shot by the big man.
And then UE committing a turnover. And nobody home. Touchdown here for Lance De Leon for his second basket. As they take their lead up to 7. 14-7 is our count. Delvian Jackson. Double team. There's a foul on Olivares. That'll be their second.
It's going to be on Rosero. Mahirap din i-contain. One-on-one tong si Delvin Jackson because napansin nga natin, he's not a back-to-the-basket type of player. He likes to attack face up. And kapag nakabuelo to, mahihirapan talagang makasabay itong mga bigs ng Olivares.
So 3-man substitution para sa UE. And here comes Luca ng Olivares.
And binagaya niya na. Luca shoes na rin ang gamit ngayon itong si
di ba? Maski naman nung nakaraan eh. Galang. Bad pass. Rosero coming up in the steal. Homo on the run. And then the pass. And the banking shot. And he makes it. Gets it to go. Lance De Leon knows how to finish.
As we take a look at this, Homo leading the break, giving it to Lance De Leon with that stretch layup at may kasama pang ang foul yan.
Yun na nagagawa ni Joseph Homo. No? Lance De Leon with a bonus free throw. He's got 6 points so far in the ball game. Tatlo naman ang assist ni Joseph Homo. Delvian Jackson drives, gets away. Not getting the layup though.
Too much muscle for Jackson that time.
Parang gusto ko sabihin, i-dunk mo, wag mo i-lay up. Pero it's a continuous learning process that he's undergoing. Ito si Delvian Jackson for the Red Warriors. One guy na nandito sa UE, number 76, si Gerard Wilson. Also, a new player ito para sa UE Red Warriors. He's also getting some attention from the newsmakers. As one of the newsmakers, rather.
He wasn't part of the roster nung first nating nakita to. Right on cue doon. Na-miss niya yung rebound and Akyatan was there to do the cleanup job.
Basta nasa taas si Iverson Akyatan na magaling dyan. 18-7 lead para sa Olivares. John O'Malley.
Pero na-master na rin niya yung pagbaba, yung landing.
Yun. Ano nga yun? Parang sa Toy Story, diba? This is not flying. It's landing in style. 18-7, Olivares College. And UE with their shot clock going down. Galang lets it fly. Finding bottom of the net with that three-pointer.
That is a nice looking three-pointer from Galang. So this one guy din na pwede nilang puntahan ano, sa kanilang opensiba. That was a wild
Olivares
play.
lost it. Uh-oh.
Oh.
We got a timeout on the floor right now, and Olivares enjoying an 8-point lead over UE. At magbabalik po kami. Two minutes and 54. Olivares trying to break away very early here in the first period. They have an 8-point lead. This is Wilson with the basketball. It's Gerard Wilson orchestrating the offense of UE. He replaced Noy Remogat earlier. Ethan Galang. Shot clock winding down. Nakaagaw na naman ng Olivares. Pero kilala na natin Olivares with that kind of defense. Ethan Galang draws near. The banking shot. Napalakas lang.
Oh, he anticipated the contact on that play, talking about Ian Galang.
Carl Ian Baclay about that Pinoy step.
Oh.
Hindi nga lang pumasok.
Everything but the shot, ano, for...
Yes.
That's Lance De Leon. Sorry, that's Baclay.
Bola pa rin ito. Coach Melo ng Olivares. Ito, Andre Dulalia. Wala ito no nakaraan. It's called for traveling.
That was a good call by our crew chief. He lifted his pivot foot bago siya nag-dribble.
Approaching the final 2 minutes ng ating first quarter. Gerard Wilson. Sizing up the situation. Jackson. Wilson back to Jackson. Corner three. Overshoots. Jomar Ignacio right now for Olivares.
Jackson.
And so we're back. 21-13, Olivares College. Gerard Wilson tries to bank it in. Delvian Jackson underneath. He's got 4 points so far in the ball game. He missed a couple of free throws earlier. He's back at the line. And they're trailing by 8 with 2.2 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Benji Santiago, Coach Melo Navarro. 0 of 3 for Delvian Jackson. Still a work in progress, Coach Melo.
Oh, yung kanyang free throw shooting, he needs to develop that dahil he will take a lot of trips to that line with the way he's been attacking.
Yon! Nakapag-adjust.
Oo, medyo ano kasi, no? Medyo sharp yung kanyang free throw. So he needs to put a little more arc sa kanyang tira.
From the backcourt, Olivares College, they led by as much as 10 points, will settle for this one, leading by 7 to end the first 10 minutes. Nitong ating ball game na ito, the second sa ating PGFlex Linoleum Invitational Tournament presented by UCBL. Back here, we're just about ready to start the action in the second quarter. 55% shooting for Olivares in the first quarter as they lead by 7, 21-14. 27% only for UE, Coach Melo.
We've been mentioning since their first game talking about Olivares, yung kanilang efficiency in their half-court offense, able to run that triangle offense. At ito namang UE, with the addition of their new guys, medyo nagsa-struggle pa no, in finding their rhythm. As we see here, first quarter field goal, 5 out of 18 for UE and 10 out of 18 for Olivares.
Iyan yung binabanggit ko na 27% nga lang for UE. At ito, Gerard Wilson with a miss on that floater.
Was trying to be creative that time. Talking about Wilson, turnaround shot and nilipat pa sa kanan yung tira.
Ignacio. Luca. John O'Malley. Missing that shot from the outside.
That was better defense for UE. Denying yung entry pass dun sa post ng Olivares.
Noy Remogat's just about ready to check in at the next dead ball situation. Gerard Wilson with the basketball. 5 to shoot para sa Red Warriors. Ethan missing.
They were really looking for him on that play. That was an elevator play set up for him.
Pero may agaw rito. Ethan Galang. He missed the 3 pero came up with a steal. And right now, Josh Alcantara, Gerard Wilson in the paint. Ethan thinking about it. Wilson. Alcantara with the basketball. 4 to shoot. Extra pass. Ethan Galang missing another long distance shot. Gerald Wilson coming up with a defensive rebound and scoops it up.
Nadaan sa sipag at timing doon ni Wilson. Nagkatapikan and it fell in his hand, scoring for that layup. At ito naman si Umali. His familiar pinch post play for him. Lukang-lukang dating talaga.
Oo. Foul's going to be called on UE. The first here in the second quarter. So Remogat and Jack Dumont Cruz babalik para sa UE Red Warriors to replace Josh Alcantara and Gerard Wilson.
Itong si Noy Remogat nga, sabi, I was telling my cousin na nanonood ngayon, they're in Dubai. May Kuya Kim and yung dalawang boys niya, si Carlisle and si Clyde. I've been telling them to watch itong si Noy Remogat because this is one type of player na gusto mong kopyahin yung playing style.
Delvian Jackson returns to the floor for the Red Warriors. Ang Olivares naman, fielding in, itong si Flores. Labrador. Carl Ian Baclay, nakukuha rin yan eh. Kailangan may sound effects ka. Ay!
Oo.
2 free throws for Carl Ian Baclay. Get the attention of the referees. Yun lang naman yun eh, di ba?
Sometimes about selling that call, making sure na maririnig ka at makikita ka ng ating mga officials.
Carl Ian Baclay knocks down the first free throw. That's his first point. Sinking both. Back to another 7-point lead for Olivares, 23-16. Jackson, along with Remogat, they started this ball game. It was Jackson who delivered the first basket and an impact dunk for UE.
Oo.
Pero Jack Dumont Cruz commits a turnover.
And
ball will go back to Olivares.
Si Jack Dumont. Itong inaabangan ko dito yung pagbabalik ni Homo in this ball game because Remogat is back on the floor. And nakita naman natin kanina yung ganda ng matchup nitong dalawa.
Ignacio. Shot clock down to 7 right now para sa Olivares. Carl Ian Baclay driving, heard the whistle, puts it up. It's going to the line for another trip to the free throw. To shoot more free throws rather.
As we see this drive by Ian Baclay, talagang fishing expedition na yun, And he got that foul. Kaya sabi natin, as long as you're taking it strong to the hoop, most likely mabibigyan ka ng pagkakataon.
Malaking isda pa. Delvian Jackson yun. John Escalante pumasok para rito sa panig ng Olivares. We take a look at Carl Ian Baclay. So 3 of 3 from the line. Upping their lead right now so far to 8 points. Missing on the second. Olivares tasted a 10-point advantage earlier here before we end the first quarter. Cross court. Jack Dumont Cruz. Nope. Escalante the rebound. And he brings it down.
For you, it's about knocking those shots Kasi nandun naman, nakukuha naman nila yung kanilang open looks. But ito, heads up play.
Carl Ian Baclay. I thought pababayaan niya yung bola. Kaso nga muntik pa makapinish.
Kaya nga
itong UE. And somehow they dodged the bullet right there. Olivares College. Baseline inbound. Catch and shoot. Corner three-pointer. And a nice basket para sa UE. That was Kian Spandonis.
And ngayon, papansin natin si Noy Remogat is focused on setting up his teammates. He's really not looking for his shots. Mukhang inaantay pa yata muna. Bumalik si Homo.
3 seconds of shot clock ng Olivares. Escalante doesn't know it. So is John Umali back to the basket. No vision of the shot clock winding down and expiring.
And it happened right in front of their bench. Normally, you would expect na yung mga teammates mo will be...
Nagka-countdown na yun di ba? The lead has been cut down to 5 right now in UE. They have the basketball opportunity to cut down this 5-point lead. Air ball for Jack DeMont Cruz.
So once again, it's about knocking down those shots because UE, they've been getting good looks. And talagang hindi lang nila maiangat sa ating ball game yung kanilang shooting percentage.
Eh, 27% na nga lang the first quarter. Bababa pa yan.
Kaya nga.
Traveling call on Olivares.
And UE,
Babalik si Iverson Akyatan.
itong UE din naman, they're lucky that Olivares is also not able to convert their shots at this point of the ball game. At ito na, yung inaabangan nating matchup.
Si Homo is
back in the game. At nakuwanan nga niya kanina ng offensive foul itong si Noy Remogat. And Remogat naman able to answer with 5 points.
Delvin Jackson trying to get close. Kicks it out. Remogat open. Takes a 3. Bang! It goes in!
Talaga mga scorers, they'll keep shooting, lalo na yan yung mga gusto niya yung pag andyan na yung match-up nila.
Yun eh.
And another great pass by Homo, breaking the press of UE.
Hindi ko malaman paano pa niya nakita rin si John O'Malley. They wanted a foul. They wanted to be called downstairs. Si Flores ang tinawagan. Sideline throw-in para rito sa UE. Escalante. 3-pointer. Subok lang para kay Iverson Akyatan.
That would have hurt for UP, dahil sila talagang struggling to make a shot. Tapos itong big guy of Olivares, all of a sudden.
Ito, alam natin yan. Pero a little too strong for John O'Malley. 4.5 remaining. Remo got another 3-pointer. Yes! He's got 11 here in the first half so far. Still with 4 minutes remaining.
So these two guards, Homo and Remogat, doing what they do best. Remogat scoring for UE, and ito namang si Homo setting up his teammates and breaking the press of UE.
And as we go into this timeout, Noy Remogat finding himself open, will not hesitate. And he gets it to go. Back to back. And all of a sudden, he's in double figures, and they trail by 3. Welcome back dito po sa SGS Stadium. Oh yes! Ayan. Kita nyo naman ha? Meron kayo niyan? Kami meron dito. Yes, sabi nga natin, basketball naman talaga. It attracts all kinds of people. Yes, and it's a good thing. The prettiest ones are here. 28-25. Second game day pa lang ng PGFlex Linoleum Invitational Tournament presented by UCBL. Ibig sabihin, marami pang ganyan, Coach Melo.
Marami pang ibibitaw na 3-pointers itong si Noy Remogat, especially now that Olivares is running a zone defense.
Ito si Hilbuena naman, sabi niya, tulungan ko si Noy Remogat. Delivering another 3-pointer for the Red Warriors. Don't look now, we're all tied up at 28. Akyata with a bounce pass inside. Foul counted, Mike Flores, and 1.
But I have to say, I'm really impressed with the way itong si Homo has been breaking the press and finding his open teammates in traffic. So sabi nga natin doon na kanina, yung pasa na yun ni Homo was the pass that led to the assist in this basket.
6 3-point shots made by UE to keep this game close. They trailed by as much as 10. Now they're down by 2. Hilbuena rather. He delivered a 3-pointer. Another one. Air ball na to para kay Noy Remogat. Pero nakuha na Delvian Jackson. Shot clock violation. Good defensive job there. But Mike Flores blocking the shot. Delvian Jackson. And now we got a timeout on the floor. Olivares College just hanging on to a 2-point lead with 3:13 remaining here in the first half. How about the progress of shooting ng UE Red Warriors here in the second quarter? And umaakyat na yan somehow. Itong Olivares College, just keeping them close lang. We have tied ball games. Pero right now, Olivares leading by 2 sa kanilang bola. 3 minutes and 13 pa natitira dito sa ating first half. So kanina dun sa nauna nating game, yung nakapanalo nung first day, natalo kanina yung San Sebastian ng Ateneo. Ito nakapanalo rin ng Olivares on the first day. Tingnan natin. Dahil itong UE, nakikipagbakbakan ng matindi sa kanila.
Kaya nga, will Olivares be able to break the trend? Nangyari nga dito sa ating tournament.
John O'Malley missing the first free throw. Ever since the first game, medyo nag-i-struggle siya. But makes up for it. Hitting the second one. 31-28, Olivares. O'Malley has 6. And Noy Remogat knocks down a turnaround jumper. Noy Remogat with 13 points in the ball game.
What a move by Remogat. Showing us yung talagang kanyang offensive prowess.
The only guy in double figures so far here in the first half. Hilbuena with a miss. UE takes the ball back. Noy floats it up. Banks it in. 15 points for Noy Remogat.
Noy Remogat has a lot of moves in his bag, and that time showing us a floater.
At lamang ng UE, Coach Melo.
Napakahirap bantayan because as we take a look at this, very shifty. Look at that crossover and the nice looking jump shot by Noy Remogat.
Just some of those kind of things, especially deadly na nga sa outside. Lalo na pag mas malapit. Imagine 15 points.
Great play by Olivares. Yan yung tinatawag niya Coach Mike Perez na blind pig action.
Sabi nga natin, every time a drive to the basket, it would really go up. Iverson Akiyatan living up to his name. At gustong maibalik yung lamang para sa Olivares as he knocks down his first free throw.
And even yung kanyang shooting percentage, itong si Iverson Akiyatan ay patuloy na tumataas. So a lot of improvement para sa kanya. Pero yun, mukhang na-jinx ko yata dun sa second free throw.
Iverson Akiyatan had 12 points in their first game here. He's got 5 points so far. Joseph Homo, nasan yung bola? Too fast for his own good. Delvian Jackson, kumuha na naman ng buwelo, pero decides for the finger roll na lamang.
Si Akiyata was there to stop yung momentum ni Jackson, but this time...
Oh! He went up for it, pero somebody was holding him down. At yun ang tinatanong ni Coach Jack Santiago, hindi ba anspo yun? You went for the man, not for the ball, especially hindi ganun kadaling istapin. Ito si Delvion Jackson.
They might have a case, itong
Yun
UE,
nga
but
yan eh.
our referees are gonna review this action.
We're going to be taking a look at it once again. Delvion Jackson. Pag anspo yan, 2 free throws plus ball possession for UE. Wala na silang magawa eh, kundi naka-take off na eh. Unless you're Tom Cruise trying to hang on dun sa gulong ng aeroplano. So let's see. It's just a common foul against Olivares. And that'll mean 2 free throws for Delvion Jackson.
The play was reviewed by our crew chief, si Sam De Losario. And sabi nga niya, the player was going for the ball. He was just late.
It's a Coach Jack just wanting to make sure. So everything happening. Sa mga referees kasi real time yan when they call when they make the call. Ay baka na i-adjust na kahit patusok basta pumapasok.
Yun naman ang importante, No matter what style or shooting style or form na gawin mo, end of the day, as long as it goes in, happy ang coaches dyan.
Along with his 8 points, Delvion Jackson has also got 7 rebounds. 2 for 2 pa, ha? Kanya-kanya lang yan.
Meron pa siyang pa-step back doon Naka-split squat action pa to si Jackson.
Nakaiba eh, yung stance niya shooting free throws. UE now up by 4, 36-32, 89 seconds here in the first half. Iverson Akyatan.
Tough shot.
And he got double teamed right there. Now Remoga, look at that pass! Wow! Grabe! He knows he's got a teammate up ahead. Might as well go for this one.
That was a great go-ahead pass by Noy Remogat, and look at the bench of UE enjoying that action.
Wow, grabe. Kasi bilis ng text message. O mas mabilis pa nga sa text message. And a completion of a 3-point play right there for Allen Maglupay. This is the largest lead for UE. 39-32, 7-point lead. Nakaagaw pa, naka-basket na naman.
That was an uncharacteristic, yung error na yun by Homo. Coach Stephen Mopera not liking what he sees, calling this timeout.
41-32 for UE. Turning things around, UE Red Warriors exploiting even the smallest turnover that Olivares will commit. Ayun nga, yung huli pang turnover galing pa kay Joseph Homo. And we saw him earlier, too fast for his own good with his dribble. Parang nauna siya. Nasaan yung kakampi na iwanan sa likuran?
Itong changing defense na ginagawa ng UE causing problems para dito sa Olivares.
As we approach the final minute here, Homo decides for the layup. He's going to be shooting 2 free throws here. Si Homo has only got 2 points, pero may 6 na assist na siya, Coach Melo, ha?
Itong si Homo is is a pass first point guard talaga. You don't see him looking for his shots. Ang gusto talaga niya is to involve his teammates and to make them look better.
Yun, sabay-sabay kayo ni Delvion Jackson mag-aral ng free throws.
Oo, puro flat yung mga free throws.
Oops. Offensive foul is called on UE. .51 seconds remaining. Ball goes back to Olivares. This is just our second game. Nairaos na natin kanina yung ating unang laro. Nanalo nga ang Ateneo over San Sebastian. Oy. Ayun lang, mabuti na rin yung ma-warningan, makontrol ng mga referees. Medyo something's heating up. Totally unnecessary.
We're having a very nice ball game. Hindi mga ganyang bagay. It will not help any of the teams, di ba?
Another turnover.
What a
behind the
pass!
back! Noire Mogat. Gosh. It's putting on some kind of a show here. It's wowing everybody here. Imagine that.
Look at that pass. Nobody expecting Noy to give that wraparound pass to his streaking teammate.
Well, Lingo.
Oo.
For his third point in the ball game. And UE is up by 10. Could taste the largest lead here in the first half against Olivares. Nagbago ang ihip ng hangin. Ika nga, 2 for 2 for Welo Lingo. 43-32 UE.
So ito namang Olivares ngayon, kumbaga, scoring drought for them.
Unimaginable. Luka, siya inaasahan ngayon dito. Iverson Akyatan, Vince Rosero, they found a way to stop him just like that. Oh, a bad pass lang.
But ito ngayon, UE, yung kanilang press is taking away the rhythm of the offense ng Olivares.
Totoo yan.
Dahil alam naman natin, if you want to break the press, sometimes the tendency is for you to rush. And itong Olivares is known to be very patient sa kanilang half-court sets.
Rosero against Delvion Jackson. Pagpihit, biglang dalawa na yung nakabantay. Oh! Nagawa ng paraan yun. So he just puts it up, banks it in, pumasok. And here comes Noire Mogat. Another great. Grabe, no? Maglupay with a finish. Remogat has got, 7 or 8 assists to end the first half. And what a ball game this has turned out to be, to consider this is just the first game ng UE Red Warriors, leading 45-34 to end the first half against Olivares. Welcome back. We are at the half, 45-34, and an 11-point lead for the University of the East Red Warriors playing their first game dito sa ating PGFlex Linoleum Invitational Tournament presented by UCBL. How they have managed to turn things around, down by as much as 10 before we end the first quarter. And right now taking care of business, and Noy Remogat has got the minutes that he wanted. And he truly turned out to be very, very effective here. Kanina, ayun nga, yung mga setup jobs ni Noy Remogat, netting him 6 assists. Over at the other end, Joseph Homo creating a lot of great plays din para rito sa panig ng Olivares College Sea Lions. That was then. But of course, nagbago nga bigla nung Noy Remogat. Sabi niya, I gotta do something. Take matters into my own hands. And John O'Malley, a lot is expected from him for Olivares to come back into this ball game. But how do you stop them? Inside and outside, Delvian Jackson, he opened up the scoring in this ball game with that tremendous dunk. And Noy Remogat, even when he's not looking for his teammates will always be there for him. And 45-34 nga tayo rito. UE ang nakakalamang. So most probably you could start discussing na ito na, yung mga field goals and other stats, Coach Melo.
Oh, Olivares College nga started the game with a better shooting percentage, pero itong UE catching up. And sabi mo nga, they were down by 11 at the end of the first, but they are now able to climb back that lead and nagtala rin ang kanilang sariling kalamangan. That is because of their second chance points, which is 10 against 2 in favor of UE, at pati na rin sa fast break points, which is 15 against 6.
Let's see. Third quarter. Just about to get underway. UE with the lead. UE will open up the second half with the ball in their possession. Once again, Benji Santiago with Coach Melo Navarro. Buhat po rito sa SGS Stadium in Quezon City. We still have one more game after this. St. Clair going up against PWU. Tatlong games po tayo for today. And by the way, yung schedule natin is Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday for this invitational tournament. Ang ating PGFlex Linoleum presented by UCBL. Carl-Ian Baclay. Medyo nakalimutan siya no second quarter, Coach Melo. Pero ito, may agaw na naman ng UE. Jack Dumont Cruz. Remogat with a nice setup job for his 7th assist.
What a move by Malugay right there, pero an even greater pass by Remogat. He got hit on the other end of the floor back dun sa kanilang defense, and he was still holding his hand, pero the moment na kailangan niya mag-perform on offense, andyan parati for UE.
Si Maglupay nga, medyo nakakarami na. All he has to do is just move. Talagang darating sa kanya yung bola.
Oo. At ito nga, Noy Remogat will be taken out of the game because he got hit sa kanyang left wrist.
Okay. Well, he needs that wrist of his for those assists. Long distance shot. Leon Barbero just tried. 47-34 for UE. 13-point lead. Let's see. With the absence of Noy Remogat, and they're still attending to him. Hurt his wrist. How will UE react right now?
Oh, ito ngayon, taking the place of Remogat is player number 1 to si Langit.
MJ Langit.
Oo.
El Bueno with a miss on that three. And a loose ball foul in the rebound play. So it's now going to be Olivares basketball. Ang Olivares naman, kanino sila pupunta when it comes to point production?
Oo, ito ngayon, isa sa mga players nga na hinahanap natin back in the first half. Itong si Lance De Leon. He's now back in the ball game.
Rosero, or rather, Flores. That's going to be a foul on UE. That's already going to be their third. Jack Dumont Cruz ang tinawagan ng foul. Baclay inbounds it. Mike Flores. Leon Barbero with a catch and shoot three! They needed a big basket like that.
Oo, kanina he made parang air ball yung tira niya, but this time around, making sure he's gonna be able to knock it down dahil kailangan niya ngayon ng kanyang kupunan.
Maganda sa mga players eh. So you airball your first shot, pero you really have confidence in yourself eh. Isang pagkakamali lang yun, then bawiin ka agad. MJ Langit, what a move! Up, under, and up again. Grabe.
Just when we thought that UE has a problem because of Remogat is out of the game, ito, Langit showing us that Rico Doso make highlight plays of his own.
Kaya nga, kung Olivares meron silang akyatan, mahirap ito dahil langit na ito eh. Mas mataas yan. And now he tries to complete a three-point play. Can't do it. Delvin Jackson getting an offensive rebound for UE. And a steal here. Let's see Labrador using his left hand for the finish.
That was great anticipation by Labrador. And he made sure that he's gonna get that two-pointer dahil nga naghahabol sila ngayon dito sa ating ball game.
In the meantime, a foul is going to be called against Mike Flores. That's the second team foul ng Olivares. Si Allen Maglupay natamaan pa sa mata, tapos wala si Noy Rimogat.
Oo.
Delvian Jackson hangs! Off the inbound! My goodness, what a play!
This is a nice baseline inbound play by UE. Langit to Jackson, and Jackson di naman ipinahiya yung kanyang teammate that time.
Patas na ng patas eh, from langit to Jackson.
Oo.
Last couple of trips, nakapasok ng 2 for 2. Pero tingnan natin itong bonus. Aba!
Able to adjust already, no? Dahil kapag naman skills district talaga yung gamit mo, napakadali naman mag-adjust with your shooting.
Tama, very good, very good. 52-39, Red Warriors on top. Leon Barbero, another three-pointer. That one is short. Here comes the Red Warriors. Maglupay, will he go all the way? No! Alley-oop play! Jack Dumont Cruz. Delvian Jackson smiling. Sayang nga lamang. Ayan. Siyempre, shoutout din tayo sa Cantigo Scoreboard.
Oo naman, ang ating mabuting kaibigan na si Sir Joel Mesias.
Yan.
Kanina nga nagparamdam pa ng masarap na prutas galing sa Davao.
Oo nga pala, no? Pomelo.
Oo.
Ni Coach, para kay Coach Melo, ang Pomelo.
Ang hinahanap ni Ikso, yung durian.
Wow, talaga nga naman. Gusto mga exotic, ha?
Oo.
53-39, Friday nga naman today, ano? Ang daming pwedeng gawin. All right. So play halted with a whistle. Bakit na sa 14 to lamang ng UE. Now to consider Noy Rimogat. They're still going to be checking on him, giving the necessary rest for him. He has done his part. MJ Langit, long inbound. Somebody's down. Si Maglupay.
May konting kiskisan at medyo minasahe lang doon sa ilalim. Itong ating mga bigs, as we see here. Ayun, they got entangled on that inbound play.
Alam mo kasi si Allen Maglupay nung nandun sa loob si Noy Rimogat, all he has to do is just get closer to the basket. Makakarating sa kanya yung bola. Pero right now, penalty na nga ang Olivares.
Okay, ngayon medyo without Noy, sariling sikap yung nangyayari ngayon kay
Allen Maglupay.
Allen Maglupay. But he makes his first free throw. Mukhang talagang both of our teams able to adjust already doon sa ating free throws.
You know, may 6 rebounds pa itong si Allen Maglupay. As he makes both free throws. Uy! Nullified yung second free throw, lane violation.
Oo.
Okay. Nevertheless, 8 points for Allen Maglupay.
Rarely do we see yung mga ganyang calls, but our referee, very sharp.
Si Maglupay ba mismo?
Oo.
Stepping doon. Kasi nga natamaan sa mata kanina, hindi niya nakita yung linya. Nice pass here.
That was better execution by Olivares, breaking that press of UE.
Big to big
Pero
yun eh.
ito ang masakit doon After making a basket,
Penalty.
matatawagan ka ng foul at you are in the penalty. So it will mean 2 free throws para dito sa UE.
It's now the turn of Jack Dumont Cruz to shoot free throws. Has no field goal yet, only has 1 point. He's got 2 rebounds and 2 assists. With UE. Huwag na, baka mabuking. Huwag na, Boss Bernard, baka mabuking. Alam mo naman eh. talaga mga trabaho ng mga kasama natin dito, gilid-gilid lang.
Oo, yeah. Pero always, the success of any league, yung support nandun nga, kung natin tawag
The
na,
people behind,
people behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, yan. Kung sino man sila, ayan, si Coach Bernard yan. Pero si Coach Bernard, ayaw niya ng behind the scene.
Oo.
Banggitin niyo ako. UE by 15. 6.5 remaining here in the third period. Just picking up from where they left off in the second quarter. Uh-oh.
Ayun, chin up daw according to our referee. Yung number 17 Labrador.
Si Labrador. Antonio Miguel Labrador. Back-to-back fouls on Labrador.
Coach Stephen Opera not happy. Dahil nga dahil na they're in the penalty and it means 2 free throws.
Kaya nga Kaya I think Como will be checking in.
When you're trailing this much, you want it to be the other way around. Kayo dapat yung nakakuha ng fouls and shooting those free throws while the clock is stopped.
So to add up to that lead, which is up to 17 right now, Josh Alcantara, pumasok na nga, Joseph Homo, pinaupo si Labrador, who's got back-to-back fouls.
Medyo nagiging karate yung laro natin ngayon dito. Both.
They're falling apart, Itong Olivares, lapsing into those turnovers and those fouls.
Masakit yung mga free throws, na nakukuha ng UE.
Totoo yan.
They're able to extend their lead. Yung mahirap sa free throws, walang bantay, wala man lang challenge.
Allen Maglupay! What a move! Allen Maglupay!
Nabuhay ang crowd dito.
Getting away from his defender.
Take a look at this. Maglupay with that sidestepping move. Eluding 2 Olivares defenders to the delight of his teammates and coaches.
Nullify yung isang free throw niya, nakabawi siya. And then that highlight move.
And most importantly, yung ma-boost mo yung moral and yung energy ng team mo because of the move that you made.
And this is something I am not used to, Coach Melo. Ganito kalaki lamang mo sa Olivares.
Yeah. And I'm sure Coach Stephen Mofera will do the necessary adjustments.
Totoo yan.
For the most part of this game, sila yung pinipressure ng UE. So I wouldn't be surprised kung in a few minutes from now, sila naman yung mag-employ na kanilang full court press. At ito na nga, para miscommunication doon sa inbound.
MJ gets double team pero kalas ka agad ang bola sa kanya.
Maganda rin yung ball movement ng UE.
Josh Alcantara. A miss on that three-pointer pero let's see. The foul is going to go against Olivares.
It was clear from my angle na kumapit siya doon sa waist nitong
So ito ngayon, Jack Dumont Cruz will be shooting free throws once again.
Napakapit sa bewang si Iverson doon
All of his points coming from the line. 5:29 remaining here in the third. Look at the free throw shooting here, 14 of 21. And as compared to the 7 of 16. Dahil nga penalty na rin eh.
Oo.
Itong Olivares eh. And here comes the quick hands of MJ Langit to steal that ball away out of the hands of Luka.
The struggle continues para dito sa Olivares in their offense. At ito namang UE, si Langit is making up for the loss na itong kay Remogat. He's being able to contain and stabilize itong UE.
And how about this move all the way to the basket? And that was DJ Robles. (64-43). This is now a big 21-point lead, the largest here. John O'Malley falls short with a three-pointer. Getting a little frustrated itong Olivares.
They need to regroup itong Olivares. And just go.
Whoa! Muntik pa yun para kay Ethan Galang. Pero bola pa rin ang UE.
Langit, really, the activity of this guy para dito sa UE. Not only giving assists for his teammates, but also giving them second chance points.
I mean, MJ Langit did not see action at all in the first half. At kung hindi pa nasaktan si Noy Remogat, I don't know if he could get a chance to play here.
And I don't know if it's a coincidence,
Tama.
He's called MJ. Tapos Langit, so Air. Air Jordan, He's been skying high for those rebounds.
Malamang yun yung nasa isip ng mga magulang niya nung pinangalanan siya na ganun.
At ito na nga yung second chance points natin. 13 for UE and only 2 for Olivares.
Nothing of those free throws for MJ Langit. Nevertheless, UE will still keep the ball as they lead by 21. MJ. Kanina pupunta ang inbound. Long inbound. Ethan Galang goes for the three-pointer. Long and strong. And ball will go the other way now. 4 minutes. Olivares trailing by 21. Olivares naman, kanino sila pupunta rito para makabalik?
They've been struggling really to find kung sino ba ang mag-iinit at kukonekta sa kanilang opensa. And if they want to get back in this ball game, they need to bring this lead down to a more manageable one.
Kaya nga dahil si Vince Rosero ang leading scorer nila with 10. He's on the floor. Si O'Malley, he's got 6. He's also on the floor. Lance De Leon. So, okay. Let's see. So Wilson is back para rito sa UE Red Warriors.
Some choice words here from Coach Jack Santiago. And alam naman natin yung mga coaches, they will really do everything in their end to protect din yung kanilang mga players.
So slide na nga itong si Joseph Homo. And a technical foul is called here, Coach Melo, ha?
Oo. Coach Jack Santiago is telling our referees na chinap din daw ni Homo yung kamay ng kanyang player and he's asking for a foul.
There you can see Coach Jack Santiago. Well, our referees have got to take a real closer look at the action, especially yung mga players away from the ball. Wow, dumarami yung fouls natin dito. Both teams are in the penalty. This is taking to be a long third quarter. in this game.
Parang nasa 6-minute mark pa lang yata eh. Penalty na tong both teams
I
natin.
know. They gotta make those free throws. Etong Olivares. They're 7 of 17. Now 8 of 18. Gerard Wilson crosses the timeline. Josh Alcantara now to Ethan Galang. The corner drives the baseline. Puts it up, puts it in!
Ian Galang no, na showing us na hindi lang 3 points na kaya niyang gawin. Able to put that ball down. And yung kanyang deceiving na quick first step.
He's got 5 points in the ball game. And another 21-point lead para rito sa panig ng UE. Behind the back for Joseph Homo. For Carl Ian Baclay.
Showing us his version of that behind the back pass.
7 assists para kay Joseph Homo. 3-pointer on its way. Di nga lang pumasok for DJ Robles. Inside 3 minutes of this long third quarter because of all those fouls. Kalian Baclay going hard and strong, and a blocking foul on DJ Robles. And it will result in 2 free throws for Baclay.
That's the behind the back pass given by Homo to his teammate Baclay, and pinakita rin nga niya doon na he can also do those mga highlight passes. Ito naman ngayon, Ian Baclay is now on the line. That's what they need to do if they want to get back in this ball game. Attack the heart of the defense of UE and not settle for those outside shots.
Wow! Carl Ian Baclay. Well, those kind of things happen. Fast break points, oh. Lamang na lamang ang UE, 17-8.
And that's normally the strength of Olivares.
Kaya nga eh.
So itong UE taking away yung pace and rhythm ng Olivares.
Changing the complexion of this ball game to their favor. And basically using their own weapon against the opponent. Lead is 18. Homo. Baclay. Baclay drives the baseline. Umali, those shots usually would fall for him.
Talagang inaalat
Oh,
ngayong third quarter itong Olivares. Pero kasi you cannot rely on your offense if you want to get back in a game. So it has to start with playing good defense.
Well, that kind, they made a stop and then a foul. DJ Robles. 2 free throws na naman to para sa Olivares. Olivares shooting 9 of 20. Vince Rosero, napako na to sa kanyang production eh. 10 points. Well, ito na yung chance na gumalaw uli yan, yung kanyang mga numbers. Every scoring opportunity, they gotta make the most out of it. 11 points for Vince Rosero. He had 12 in their first game.
Itong Olivares, if they could bring this down to at least 12 or 10 points, magandang story to. Papasok na ating fourth quarter.
Split charities. 10 of 21. Free throw shooting for Olivares. Noy Remogat is back. Sayang. Ganda sana ang announcement ng re-entry na yun. No? DJ Robles just could not catch the ball and get it in control. A foul on DJ Robles. Ayun, graduate pa si DJ Robles.
Sa dami ng foul ngayong third quarter, I wouldn't be surprised kung halos lahat ng players dito nasa foul trouble na.
So Mark Cabero in his place and Carl Baclay making the first free throw. .88 seconds here in the third. That's time 2 for 2 for Carl Baclay.
Oo.
Down by 15. But Noy Remogat is back. He's double teamed. Ethan Galang. Walson, baseline. Can't get it to go. It'll be Olivares basketball.
So that is a good stop for Olivares. This is a chance for them to bring this lead down.
Carl Baclay. Behind the back. Basket counts. Vince Rosero and one.
Those are the kinds of plays you want to see for Coach Stephen Mupera, attacking the basket, looking for the open teammates, and ito, going strong to the hoop for that and one.
13 points so far for Vince Rosero. And free throws woes para rito sa panig ng Olivares College.
They are now 13 out of 26 dyan sa free throws na yan.
Grabe, oh. Pero yung pinaplano mo nga na sabi mo, Olivares, just to get it down to 10 before we end the third period. Noy Remogat with a miss. It's probably has gone cold after sitting on a bench for quite a while because they have to attend to his injured wrist.
Ito yung mga masakit na mga breaks, ano? You're already able to force UE to a long three-pointer. Isi-secure mo na lang yung rebound and it's gonna end up to another free throw opportunity para sa kalaban.
Parang nagmistulang teleserye itong third quarter. Ano? Ang daming episodes.
Akala ko planking na ang pinakamahabang 1 minute.
Mark Cabero. Pinilitan nito si DJ Robles who fouled out of the game. Ito namang UE taking advantage and making good their free throws. $14 points down ang Olivares. Carl Baclay. We know he could play point. Rosero. Iverson. Blocked. UE. They might have the final say here in the third. Noy Remogat. Oh, he lost it.
That was a good call. It was a last shot opportunity for UE. You know? Si Noy medyo minadali niya yung play that time.
Siyo mo, pretty understandable kung magmadali dahil nagkahabol sila. Pero eto, Walson setting it up for Noy Remogat. 17 for Noy Remogat. That'll be the end of the third period. UE Red Warriors for 2 quarters. They continue their mastery over Olivares College. It was close when we ended the first, but things have happened in favor of the Red Warriors way. MJ Langit with some highlight move. And then this one from Alan Maglupay. When things are really going right, you can just follow it up with more of the right moves. Olivares, kailangan makahabol. May fourth quarter pa tayo rito. Well, believe it or not, this is the fourth quarter of our second game. We still have a full quarter. We still have a full game. So how do you like your Friday so far? Good you could join us, huh? Smart Sports, thank you very much for streaming the games here. It's a PGFlex Linoleum Invitational Tournament presented by UCBL live. At John O'Malley just opened up the scoring for Olivares here in the fourth quarter.
That is how you want to run your offense. Keeping everything simple and taking the best shot available.
Jared Wilson goes for the turnaround. Off. Baklay the rebound. Homo regains control of the basketball. O'Malley thinking about it. As they try to go back to O'Malley, nandun. Cabero. And John O'Malley makes it back-to-back for him here in the fourth quarter.
Sabi nga nung ating kaibigan na assistant coach for the Diliman College, si Coach JJ Capara, sa fourth quarter, it's O'Malley time.
Yeah, ganun na ba? Hindi ba bumali time or? Again, Noy Remogat. Grabe. We are getting so familiar with the kind of move, assist, shot-making abilities. Almost a complete package here. Score natin 71-57 para sa UE. 14-point lead for the Red Warriors. Is it going to be another long quarter, Coach? Hindi naman siguro. Another grab it. Noy Remog at 19 points in the ball game. 7 assists.
Really a complete ball game for Noy Remogat. Kumbaga, pinartidahan pa nga niya dahil matagal pang nagpahinga because of his hand injury.
Dulalia, Andre Dulalia is back on the floor. He missed the jumper. And here is Noy Remogat once again. Carl Ian Baklay on him. Delvin Jackson is also back. The three-pointer is offline. Wait a minute. Something going on underneath. Allen Maglupay at si Joseph Homo o si Jomar Ignacio. And they're going to be taking a look at this piece of action once again. Ooh. Away from the ball. Dun sa may bandang yun sa left side. Allen Maglupay swings and gave it to Jomar Ignacio. So what was the call here? Anspo ba ito? Anspo nga, no? So 2 free throws plus ball possession here for Olivares. And that will add up to the personal fouls that Allen Maglupay has in this ball game. And he has to sit down first. DQ. Oh, disqualifying foul. Wow. Just when he is playing well, si Allen Maglupay, naktap. Ang dami pang binanggit natin, yung kanyang mga Pinoy step kanina. And the way he was getting the finish of the assists galing kay Noy Remogat. Now, what could have perpetrated that action? For Allen Maglupay to lose his cool. Nevertheless, we continue with this ball game, 71-59. Kanina back-to-back baskets dito para kay John Umali, pero Delvin
Oo.
Jackson is on him right now.
Kaya
Sweet.
nag-adjust agad, no?
Kaya
Nagpalit
nga
ng bantay.
Almost getting it to go for John Umali. And underneath, Joseph Homo trying to keep the ball in play for Olivares. And there's a foul called against UE. Andre Dulalia. Oh, what a move!
Move by Dolalia underneath.
Kailangan yun
Yan yung mga nawala nung third quarter for Olivares,
Yes. Gamitin mo nga naman yung lapad ng katawan.
Oh, and don't look now. This is just a 10-point lead.
Delvin Jackson nadulas. Almost lost the basketball. Noiri Mogat with the recovery. Noiri Mogat steal by Joseph Homo, and there's going to be an unspo here. It's going to be called the Noiri Mogat. He tried to hold on.
Oo.
Pigilan itong si Joseph Homo.
Dala naman natin, that is an automatic
Oo,
unsportsmanlike
yun.
foul. Every time you try to stop an attempt for a fast break, sabi nga nila, laterally or from behind,
Yes.
matatawagan ka talaga dyan ng unsportsmanlike foul.
Free throws plus ball possession. Single digit na lang hinahabol ng Olivares dito. Another missed free throw here for Olivares. Well, from a high of 21, it's now down to 9.
Oh, and it's about making those stops. Sinabi natin kanina, they need to start with their defense. And nakita naman natin, nung gumanda na yung flow nila on defense, sumunod na dun yung magandang flow din sa opensa.
Umali to Baklay. Baklay with a bad pass. Jackson. No, dulas na naman si Jackson. And Jackson seems to be hurt. Oh, Delvin Jackson. What really happened? Uh-oh. Oh, wala naman. Siya lang no?
Oo.
The misstep. And he seemed to have hurt his left knee. Is he going to be all right? Let's hope he's okay. Yan, very good.
Looks like it tripped on his own, there was no contact
Yun nga,
on that
wala
last play.
Somehow, sabi nga natin, kaminsan yung court situation here, hindi naman malamig kasi din dito sa SGS. Madali rin na maging humid and yun nga, yung floor natin, kaya kailangan very consistent din sa pag-maintain ng floors natin,
Oo. And dito, technical fouls being called.
Technical foul is called on.
If I'm not mistaken, it's gonna be on number 15, Hilbuena. And number 4 from Olivares, itong si Dulalia.
Well, what I saw earlier, kasi nakatumba nga etong si Delvin Jackson.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know, Andre Dulalia most probably has not noticed, or maybe kasi he stepped over.
Oh.
And then Hilbuena talked to Dulalia after that.
Oo.
And I guess things just got a little carried away, and it's a good thing that the referees have been able to notice that. Baka hindi pa sila natatapos
Oo, yan
na pag-uusap. Let's just finish this ball game, guys. Lampas na yung happy hour ni Coach Melo. Hindi pa pala lampas. Nagsisimula na.
Oo, yan.
5 to shoot for UE.
So So almost 6 p.m., no? Tapos na ang 5:30.
Homo with the
Great
extra
pass by
pass,
Homo.
and Andre Dolalia with his second basket here in the ball game. Oh, look now, Olivares knocking on the door of the Red Warriors. The lead has been cut down to only 7, 71-64. Homo just doing Joseph Homo things for Olivares the way they want him to. All right, welcome back. 71-64. 7-point lead para rito sa panig ng UE Red Warriors. Pero nakakabalik na nga itong Olivares. Although this has been a long second half between these two teams. So many things have happened. Maybe some of them unnecessary. Ethan Galam buries the three-pointer.
That is big for UE. Itong si Ethan Galang. Just when Olivares was making a run, pamatay sunog na naman yung binitaw niya doon.
And a 10-point lead again for UE. Almost underneath, parts it up. Nope, can't get it to go. Noy Remogat. Remogat. Di tinuloy yung tres.
They're gonna set this up. Ano itong UE? Oh, turnover.
Chance again para sa Olivares. Oh! And a turnover din ng Olivares. Ooh! Wow! Ooh! Josh Alcantara.
This is totally unnecessary, for both these teams.
Wow, the physicality. I mean, we can actually tolerate the physicality, but those unnecessaries. A second motion, we got to see that again. How it happened. Players have been instructed to approach the front of their respective benches. I did not expect that to be coming from Joseph Homo.
Again, the cooler heads will prevail sa mga
Dapat.
ganyung types of ball games. And this is totally unnecessary.
Siya pa naman yung nagtitimon nga para rito sa Olivares to set up the teammates, to make good baskets. Naibaba na nga yun to single digit. Let's take a look at it one more time. Ito yung play. Josh Alcantara. Kailangan pigilan. Okay, we'll wait for the official announcement. Paano yan, Coach Melo? May laro pa tayo ng 7.
Well, sa mga ganitong situations, we will take the time we need to really give yung mga necessary na sanctions and calls because we always want to preserve the integrity rin ng ating mga ball games, di ba?
Totoo yan. Oo. Just to show the other teams. In fact, we still have another ball game after
Oo.
this, di ba? And we also would like to make it known na these kind of things, kung totally unnecessary, will have no place here
Oo.
sa ating invitational tournament na ito. May biglang dumami yung involvement eh. Nakita natin yung Jomar Ignacio lumapit pa rito kay Josh Alcantara. Talk to him. All the talks. Waiting lang po kami Waiting lang kami sa official decision dito. Okay. First of all, kinakausap muna na mga referees yung dalawang coaches
That's a procedure.
para explain sa kanila kung ano yung itatawag dito. Of course, yung ating technical head, si Rafi Britannico, di ba? It's gotta be let known din. Yung mga calls made by our officials. Just out of okay. You could see our two referees. Yung nakatalikod po, technical head natin, si Rafi Britannicos. They're explaining it to him. And he also has, kasi like ilang free throws, ilang technical free throws. One thing is for sure, may technical of that action yung nangyari na yun. And the thing about it is that, ayun nga, ano ang tawag, ano ang mga free throws, ano ang mga consequence. Okay. All right, welcome back into the ball game. It took a little while, and right now there have been disqualifying fouls called on Joseph Homo and also on sino pa ba? Technical lang ba?
Two technical fouls resulting
techni-
to the ejection from the ball game.
Okay. So right now, action resumes. 5 minutes and 46 remaining. Lamang pa rin dito ang UE Red Warriors. As we take a look at this corner three-pointer from Hilbuena. He got the ball back. As a baseline drive. Wild with that kind of action. And ball will go the other way.
Oh, no, that was parang medyo forced shot na yun that time, yung baseline drive na yun. There were two Olivares players covering his driving lane.
Pressure defense. Finally, here we go. Labrador with the basketball for Olivares, trailing by 11. Down by as much as 21. So many things have happened here. Olalia backing down and Delvian Jackson. It's a good thing Delvian Jackson is okay. A steal here para sa UE Red Warriors. Noy Remogat. Here's the three-pointer. A miss by Jack Dumont Cruz. Labrador. Biglang Delvian Jackson nasa harapan niya. O'Malley inside. A floater. Oh, pasa pala yun.
Oh, nobody boxing out. Itong si Carl Baclay on the weak side. So itong UE failing to drop down on that defense.
Single-digit lead na lang ang pinoprotektahan ngayon ng UE. Remogat firing long distance.
Yan sinasabi natin na big-time players take big-time shots and Noy Remogat hindi nang lamig dun sa ating lal.
22 points for Noy Remogat in this ball game.
And a nice give and go play para sa Olivares College. Baclay giving it to the post to Dulalia. And a simple give and go.
Baclay with 10 points naman para sa Olivares. 10 points din lamang na UE. Another three-pointer. Remogat offline. O'Malley. Iverson Akyatan going all the way. And he scores.
That is how you finish a fast break play. Pinakita sa atin doon ni Iverson Akyatan that you just need to make simple plays and just take it strong to the hoop. Nakakuha pa niya doon ng foul si Noy Remogat.
And the lead has been cut down to 8. And there's still that free throw for Olivares here. So the foul was called on Noy Remogat. At ito si Iverson Akyatan right now. Pwede pa ito para sa Olivares, the way they managed to come back here. But Delvian Jackson grabs the rebound after that miss. Remogat. Another three-pointer!
At ito, three-pointers connecting for UE just when they needed the most. Kumakatok sa pintuan itong Olivares at pilit sinasaran ito ni Longa Longa.
So 81-70 UE. Meron naman talaga yung kamay rin to si Welo Lingo-Lingo. Pero eto nga, Carl Ian Baclay. Now every free throw, very important at this point in the ball game, especially for Olivares. 1 of 2 in that trip. 10-point lead for UE, approaching the final 3 minutes of this long ball game. Remogat. Another three! And final. Ethan Galang delivering another long distance basket. No answer. The other end for Olivares.
What a way for UE to answer back. Now with 3 3-pointers, extending their lead to 13 points. The zone breaker talaga itong ginagawa ng UE ngayon.
Remogat.
Great pass underneath.
Wow!
Yan tinatawag na yun. Let your game speak.
Kaya nga eh. Air ball for Olivares. 8 assists for Noy Remogat.
And there's no need to rush. No, if you're UE, this is a good decision for them to slow down the pace of the game.
Another three-pointer. Olivares running out of time. Ball almost stolen. Iverson Akyatan. The setup here. John O'Malley with a three. Ayaw pang sumuko ni John O'Malley for Olivares.
This is still mathematically possible. Just 12 points in 1 minute 35. Pero Olivares needs to make the necessary stops.
Here's Noy Remogat once again. Step back three. Oh, offensive foul.
And that could
Skull.
be it for Noy Remogat, if I'm not mistaken.
Nga. Alam niyo na eh.
Oo.
Diretso na rin siya sa bench eh. As he picks up his fifth. (86-74) para sa UE. And a timeout called by Olivares. 1 minute and 22 remaining in this ball game. One minute, 22 seconds remaining. Here, Red Warriors somehow surviving and getting themselves back with a strong game here in the end game.
The composure that they were able to display, shooting 3-pointers.
Yun
And
eh.
that nice backdoor play by Noy Remogat.
John O'Malley missing that three-pointer. Speaking of three-point baskets, 10 made by UE. Only 3 for Olivares. Wilson having some problems. Hanging on to that basketball a little bit too much.
Pero sa case naman for Olivares, it could be a little too late na rin for them to put up yung kanilang full court pressure. We talked about it and we were kind of expecting it doon pa lang towards the end of the third.
Pero the playmaking kasi ni Noy Remogat.
And
And the way his teammates have responded to his great passes. So take a look at Labrador making that basket. Olivares will suffer another setback here, down by 10 with only 35 seconds remaining in this ball game. Earlier, the first day winner na tinalo rin ng Ateneo naman, San Sebastian.
Oh, that is a big win for Ateneo. Ano? They showed us yung a glimpse of the future
I
for
know.
Ateneo.
Grabe, nag-fast forward kagad no?
Oh.
Shape of things to come for some of the other teams here, no? Na mamaya nga makikita naman. Yun naman kaya, yung second game natin. Dahil parehong talo yan
Oo.
noong opening day. St. Clair will be going up against PWU. Delvian Jackson. And one for Delvian Jackson. Foul on Olivares. 3.7 seconds remaining. How did this game heat it up in a crazy way? Delvian Jackson, the finishing touches here para sa UE Red Warriors. And that'll be it. It's going to be over. And a win here for the UE Red Warriors, 88-78 over Olivares College. And we just concluded a really long ball game, Coach Melo. And we still have another one, just in case you are still savoring for more or really would want to relish some more basketball action. Ang Philippine Women's University Patriots will still be seeing action laban nga rito sa St. Clair of Caloocan Saints. Dito naman, UE Red Warriors, kailangan pa bang i-memorize yan kung sino ang best player of the ball game natin dito?
Noy Remogat showing us why he is the best player of this team, not only scoring points but also making his teammates look better by dishing out those highlight assists. And he provided the steadiness and stability na kailangan ng UE to get this win.
Look at those numbers, 22 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists. Somehow still a hard-earned victory for UE. And a long one to wait for the final buzzer to happen. Nevertheless, once again, nanalo po ang UE over Olivares at susunod nga ang St. Clair laban naman sa PWU. You're still watching the PGFlex Linoleum Invitational Tournament presented by UCBL.